again.
Back again. How's life?
Good. Everything's going well. Enjoying the fall. I wish it was a little cooler, to be honest with you. It's kind of tough to have a bonfire and it's 75 degrees outside.
Well,
so.
we went camping at Spring Mill last weekend.
Okay.
And the Friday night it was pretty crisp, and that was nice.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Saturday was a little warmer, but we still had a bonfire anyway. So I don't. I'd like it to be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
But it's too hot. It's just not comfortable. So
yeah.
But I'm with you.
My fear is it'll go from 75 to 25, and we'll miss that.
Yeah, I know. Missed the window. I mean, the trees are almost empty, or getting a lot emptier than they were. But hopefully we can get a few more fall days in for sure. Anyway, welcome back to Mojo Whiskey Bar. I'm John. This is Jamie. So thanks for joining. I actually have something I got for you.
Oh gosh, what's that?
Okay, well, I mean, maybe the model, but
perfect.
I thought you would enjoy this, and we're gonna sip some Indiana whiskeys today. So
thank you, sir.
I don't know if the size is right, but I'm wearing a large, and you're a little bit taller than me, so I figured that'd work.
All right.
Anyway,
thank you very much.
This is from Copper and Tap. Not a sponsor, but they have cool shirts. I picked up 3 or 4 things from there, so definitely worth checking out. So. Let's dive into a couple of things. So you saw, I did a field trip without you.
Yeah, I saw it.
I hope that's okay.
That's all right.
But I talked to Amanda, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go to Brown County? She's like, what for? Like, we'll just stop at a couple of distilleries. I know. And there are 2 distilleries in Brown County, Nashville area. Both are pretty close to downtown Nashville. Most people, I'm guessing by now, has probably heard of Hard Truth, and we'll feature some things from them here in an upcoming video, because that brand's blown up.
Oh, it's huge. It's everywhere.
And their facility is cool. But we'll talk more about Hard Truth later. But there's another distillery that you probably, I'm guessing, have never heard of, and it's called Bear Wallow Distillery. And it's a pretty easy place to get to. It's right off State Road 46. Maybe half a mile or so. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
And it's an unassuming place, but check out that video. In fact, we'll put a link to the last video so you can kind of see all their product offerings. I picked up a few things, and today we're going to dive into a couple things. One I actually already had, and this is their Liar's Bench Indiana Handcrafted single barrel straight rye whiskey, and I think that says 124 proof.
It does.
And then we'll get into the other, I guess, single barrel here in a moment. But let's just dive into. I was healthy on the pour there today, damn. Don't feel pressure, but we'll dive into this.
That was a great nose on that.
Yeah, I've been through a few bottles of this over the years. It's, well, I mean, just the fact that I bought a few bottles will tell you I enjoy it.
And really, at that proof, the nose doesn't knock you down.
No,
it's.
I mean, I can tell it's a little higher proof, but sometimes when you get to that higher proof stuff, that it's so ethanol forward on the nose.
This is not.
It's not. I mean, you still get a lot of good stuff on the nose there. It's got a lot of baking spices for me.
A ton for a rye.
Yeah, I would agree.
You're to me your classic fall baking. If you were baking your pies and your stuff for Thanksgiving meal, this is where you're at.
Yeah. Cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, maybe some nutmeg, all those good things. I get almost a little peppery note on there too.
The pepper is there.
Like almost like a cayenne, maybe.
Yeah, it's a hot pepper.
It's not a black pepper, but maybe a little cayenne. Got anything else on that?
No, let's dive into this one.
All right.
It has a good heat to it for rye.
And it's for me, it's heat front, middle, and back.
It is.
It's very consistent.
Yeah. It's just now starting to taper off. They probably told me when I was down there, and it's probably on the video that I mentioned before. I don't remember the mash bill, but I almost get like a grain forward taste on this at the very front, like a little bit of like sweet corn or something,
There's a sweetness there.
I mean, maybe it's not sweet corn, but there's a little bit of sweetness. Because I don't think I would have, aside from the heat.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have peg this as a rye whiskey.
No, that's what I was going to say. You know, it's the nose, even the sip of this. It's more of a high rye bourbon.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what it comes through as kind of a higher rye bourbon. Because I would have still, if I didn't know, I would have still thought, well, this is still at least 51% corn.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't. It's really good. I mean, you could sip on this. I can see why you've gone 2 bottles.
Super smooth. Because the proof is there. I feel it, sort of, but not in an overpowering way. I mean, I know I'm drinking a higher proof thing, but I don't. It doesn't feel like 124 proof. It feels more like 110, 115, and a lot of people may like, but like, what's the big deal? It's just a few proof points, but it matters.
It matters,
especially in your third or fourth pour for a night.
It does. Now, what did he tell you? What kind of batch size they have on these?
He didn't say. It's not a huge operation. I've never peeked behind the curtain of the distillery. I think they have a couple windows there. I think they have a couple pot stills. I'd be guessing if I maybe 100-gallon pot still. I don't even know, to be honest. But I'm going to guess the batches are probably pretty small.
Okay.
But I don't know. And I don't know if this has an age statement on it. I recall from talking to Tyler at Bear Wallow, I think he said something about a lot of their whiskeys are aged for I think it was a couple of them are 8.5 years or something like that. It was at least 6 years. So that's, when you're a small distillery, craft distillery, and you're aging products that long, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive. And these really haven't been sitting here that long. You just poured these right before we went on. But it's
filled this room really quickly.
It's filled the room, and really, when I go in for a nose after the sip, I'm getting almost like a light caramel into this. I mean, there's a sweetness there for a rye that it's typically not there.
Yeah.
And it's
I get the caramel notes a little bit.
It's pretty surprising.
There's maybe a little bit of vanilla in there.
Yeah,
the nose is different.
It's different
from the first time I sniffed
it. It is. I'm pretty impressed with that.
It's good. So go get it. And I don't remember the price off the top of my head.
Now, is this only available at the distillery, or can you get this?
That's a good question. And frankly, I don't know the answer. I seem to recall seeing some Bear Wallow at Total Wine.
Okay.
But I don't think I saw their single barrels.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure. But, we talked about fall. Drive to Nashville.
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful time of year. You stop at that lookout at Bean Blossom, and you can see Morgantown.
Yeah, knock a bottle out there. I got it.
I want to remind you all, thank you again for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe, that while I'm thinking about it. You ready to switch over to the next one?
Ready.
All right. So this is the Gnaw Bone Indiana Handcrafted Single Barrel Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This one's coming in at 132 proof. So let's give it a go here and see what we've got. I guess they've been around since 2012.
Okay.
So I just discovered them a few years ago. But
now this one's sweeter right away.
Yeah.
Has to me, I'm getting more of a caramel, almost a butterscotch on the nose a little bit, which is unusual for something to proof this high. You almost expect to have ethanol first.
Yeah,
and you're not getting ethanol first on this.
I mean, if I go in too deep,
that's right. You have to really go get it. But it's very sweet smelling. Yeah, I'm getting more of that like a butterscotch.
I'm getting a little almond. Not so much an almond, but like a marzipan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which sometimes can be a little almondy. Sometimes it's got a little cherry note too, but I get a little marzipan on that. Yeah, I get it.
They both have really good noses.
The nose is phenomenal on this. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The tip of my tongue is on fire.
I was gonna say the tip of my tongue took it like a man. I mean, it just really took a beating right there. It is hot right off the bat.
I don't hate it, but the tip of my tongue, that's like
It's unreal.
it is on fire.
Yeah, that is the hottest the tip of my tongue has ever been on a broom. I mean,
I think so.
I'll be honest with you.
It's like you got like
now, when you get past it, it's smooth there, but
it doesn't burn your taste buds. It
no,
just,
no, it does not. That's but that tip of your tongue, boy, it hits you. It's a punch right there.
All right, I'm doing it again because sometimes maybe that first drink doesn't count. Yeah, less hot this time.
Now,
So yeah, I would think this drink's way more like a rye.
I agree. I mean, if you'd have told me they were swapped, I would agree.
And
with
I know the labels aren't switched because I already had this one in my stash and I just picked this one up.
Yeah.
So, but it drinks.
And I watched him pour them, so they are.
It drinks way more like a rye.
It drinks like a rye,
Which is good. I mean, I like ryes.
Yeah, if you like ryes and you like the heat of a rye,
this is a good one.
this is your good one.
And I think if you like high proof bourbon,
This is a good one.
Which is weird, but I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. Any other flavor notes you're getting on there? I mean, I think some of the caramel and a little bit of that marzipan, at least for me, is coming through on the palate.
Now, I didn't get this off the nose so much, but I get almost like a cooked down cherry taste.
Yeah.
Like
Like it's been on a stove. And you're just,
yeah, like a
reduction.
preparing for pie filling or something.
Yeah, it's kind of what I get out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it takes the taste of tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
You want to sip this slowly. This is not one that you are going to.
Don't mess around.
Yeah,
You'll find out.
Yeah, this is
It's hot. It stays hot. And if you're out shoveling snow and it's 12 degrees outside, this will warm you up pretty quick.
Definitely will. There's something else in there that I'm hunting for. Like it seems like a familiar taste, but I just can't put my finger on it. I like the cherry reduction, a little marzipan, a little caramel. There's something else there. I just can't.
There's no a bacon spice.
No.
It's interesting because,
like you said, if you'd have swapped these, I'd have believed you.
I mean, maybe this corresponds with the cherry, but like this sounds terrible, maybe, but a Hall's cough drop. It's got that kind of eucalyptus-y thing to it. There's something like that there. It's not exactly like that, but it's reminiscent of that. It's a tingly feel in my mouth.
This one goes
Feeling cold. I mean, it'll warm you up really quick, and you will go right to bed.
I think that's what they used to do back then. Maybe we should go back to drinking whiskeys for colds. So
I didn't know I ever stopped. But
maybe that's why I don't get colds that often. Drink more whiskey. Any other thoughts on either the single barrel rye or the bourbon before we wrap this one up?
Both are really good. Big fan of the rye.
Yeah, it's good.
Big fan of that rye. But both are very drinkable. The rye just seems more smooth.
It's more approachable.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, like I said, my mouth, the single barrel bourbon, my mouth is still pretty tingly.
Yeah. So to your point,
the proof
124 and 132, 8 points of proof, extremely more hot off the bat.
Yeah.
But they're both very high on the proof. But this just comes across more smooth.
It's more approachable.
Yeah.
It's way more approachable.
Yeah.
This one, like I'm probably, if I were to have a few drinks, or maybe if I'm just having one drink in a night, I might do this. If I'm like, I want to have like 2 or 3, I'm probably going to go this route.
Right. Yeah.
The other thing, price on these, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like 60 to 70-ish. So not crazy. Plus, it's a craft distillery. And I mean, we've kind of been on a roll here lately of diving into some of these craft distilleries. So check it out. I think it's worthwhile. So anything else today?
No, not on that. Nope, I don't. Amazing, isn't it?
Give him a little whiskey and his brain stops working, maybe. Or maybe we're just getting brain started.
Fired up.
Getting fired up.
Yeah, getting the engine rolling.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in to Mojo Whiskey Bar. Again, if you're tuning in, subscribe.
Please
It's
subscribe
really
to
easy.
that
Just
channel.
click a little button
Yeah.
and like it and share it with all the people that you know.
Yeah.
I know you know a lot of people in your life that drink whiskey or want to drink whiskey, and share it with them. We'd appreciate it. So anyway,
And like John said, once we get to certain subscriber plateaus on that YouTube channel, we're gonna have some giveaways. So
it's a game changer.
you know, if you got family members, get them to subscribe. You know,
Yeah.
so any help that we can give you on the technical side, let us know. So
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, even today we've got individual microphones, so hopefully they work, and a new web camera. So we're trying to upgrade our tech side a little bit. Soon we'll have a new studio to record these in. So a lot of exciting things. We've been, having a lot of conversations with different folks, distilleries, and potential sponsors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. But your help is greatly appreciated. So thank you for doing so. Take care.
Thank you.